how's it going? I wanted to bring you another video here on Bitcoin's bull run and the 50 EMA. Also, of course, combined with the 200 EMA. And that way we can see what they call golden crosses and then see what's the best time to get into Bitcoin and how can you figure out the best prices so you're not FOMOing into the top of the market. So let's go take a look right here. So we have 2017 bull run, right? We starting here in June. There's 2017. Of course, this is 16 right here because it starts before that, and it goes all the way up until 2018, pretty much. Now there's a little bit more up here we're not looking at, but once you pretty much get past this point, you really don't want to be investing anymore, anyways. And so retail, they FOMO into the red, all the green candles, right, going up, up, up. And as a smart investor who's educated, what you want to do is actually wait because so you see this blue line, that's the 50 EMA. Then you have the orange line, which is the 200 EMA. When you have a 50 cross over the 200, that is a golden cross. On the next slide, we're going to look at that more in depth. But when that happens, prices are typically going to be going up. So then this is where you're going to want to look for some entry points, okay? And here it's kind of like a big overview of this chart because this is Bitcoin on the daily, right? So this is like over a year's worth of information here. But here's where you can make some pretty good, easy investments where you can just set up an indicator on TradingView, say when prices on Bitcoin cross below the 50 EMA, give me a message. And that's your signal for, okay, well, I got, $1,000 or I got $20,000 and I want to go ahead and start investing into crypto, right? So you would do that here. You see there's a small gap right there on that side and it's crossing below 50. That's when you want to get your positions in, right? $566 or below. Then you're going to be waiting here, right? It goes up to about 1,063 before it kind of tops out. Everyone's kind of FOMOing here. You see how they have this gap right there. You don't want to be investing when there's any gap above the 50. You want to go ahead and invest when there's a gap below the 50 when prices are hitting it. And this would automatically text you if you set it up on TradingView to text you right away when it's hitting that mark so you know when to get in. So you get an 811 instead of 1,000. If you miss this one for some reason, then you would come over here, right? It's going, going, going. There's a big gap. We don't want to invest in the gaps because that's where prices are the highest. We want to come back here and wait for these gaps to show up. Okay, we get a notification. All right, we're paying attention now. Where can we put our money to good use? We purchase right here, which is right around $700-800, and then we ride this thing up if we really wanted to up to about $3,000. That would be in a pretty awesome price, right? You get some really good gains out of that, and you see all this massive gap here. As a smart, educated investor, we don't want to go ahead and purchase our crypto when we do that. We want to see it drop back below, cross that 50 again, and then we have this gap on the other side. That's our signal to start investing. Okay, boom, we got that one, got it again here, got it again, another one, right? So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times where Bitcoin's price came back to the 50 EMA, crossed below it, or just touched it. You still get a notification here saying, hey, it crossed below. Do you want to get in? You could get in if you wanted to. You can get in here, take it from 3,500 all the way up to $7,000, and make some pretty awesome money. Okay, let's go to the next slide. There's just 2017. There's 6 opportunities. I'm showing you right there. Here is where you're going to see the golden cross in action. Here's that 200 EMA right there, that orange line. You get that blue line crossing above the orange line. That's going to signal now, okay, let's pay attention to this chart. You could have got in right here if you wanted to because it's touching back right there. It could have been kind of a soon time to do that, but definitely could have and made some decent gains here. So, but here is this one right here as well. It's touching the blue line all across the blue line, $9,000. You don't want to invest at 10,000. You want to invest at 9,000, right? Goes up 12,800. So a decent little rise there if you want to cash out, maybe get some gains on that one, right? Here's where it gets pretty hot and heavy, right? So we got 10,600 crosses below. You get your notification, say, okay, hey, Joe, wake up. And now we want to make sure we can invest our hard-earned cash right here at the bottom, and then ride this thing all the way up as much as we can. Of course, all this is gap and gap, gap, gap. We want to, this looks amazing to us. We can ride it up here if we wanted to, if we have the nerve to ride this thing up all the way from 10,000 to 42,000. And maybe we cash out, right? 100%, 200%, whatever that might be. And then we're waiting again to see if this thing will come down, touch the line, the 50 EMA. And if it does, we want to go ahead and put our hard-earned cash in there again, right? Maybe it's not hard-earned anymore. Maybe it's just all profit, easy money. And we do that at 30,000 bucks. We get a notification, it touched, we get a notification, we go ahead and invest. Brings it all up to 57K. And then back, it doesn't actually hit it here. We missed that one probably. Goes back up, and we go ahead and have another little a notification here. Now this is at the very top of the market, so this isn't a printing press. This is not like an eternity forever type of thing that this does this. As you see here, it crosses below. We'll get that notification, right? But it actually doesn't really do too much after that because we go into the bear phase back over class of 2021, 2022. So this is, if we're putting tons of money here, we might lose, and so a stop loss here would be a great thing to do. All right, so perfect. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 times we can go ahead and do this strategy here in 2021. All right, 2023, 2024. Perfect. So here's that bear phase we were just talking about. It's, you got right down here. If you could get in right down here, this would be the best price for you overall. And if that was the case, that would be pretty awesome for you. But if not, then you come back up here. Boom, it touches the 50-day EMA after we have the golden cross, right? The 50 went above the 200. And so now we get that notification as well. Okay, Joe, wake up. It's 21,000. It's below it. Let's go ahead and put our hard-earned cash we've been holding on to here and go ahead up to 31,000. Now, the nice thing about what I'm showing you here is that you could also have something called the RSI, Strength Index, right down here. And it would show you if it's overbought or oversold. Overbought means you would probably want to sell the coin. Oversold means you want to buy the coin. And I've also already looked, everything lined up perfectly. Overbought up here over 70. Down here was close to 30. And that's where you want to buy and sell. 70 sell, 30 buy. Okay, so you get that notification because now you got it set up and you got all this time, which is like a month and like a good 3-4 weeks to now put that money in if you want to have that opportunity. Take it up to 32K. You also get another opportunity here. Crosses the line. You say, hey Joe, let's see what we can do with this. We maybe dollar cost average in. We put as much as we can in right here, and we take this thing up from 26 all the way up to 44 or 48,000. And we got some pretty awesome gains there, right? We could sell if we wanted to all the way up. Now we get one more opportunity right here. We're waiting for that 50 to get crossed again because as investors, smart investors, we don't want to invest inside the gap, right? We want to stay away from the gap. We want to stay as close as possible to this gap, and we want to be paying attention when we see the gap come below 40K, and then boom, off to the races, right? Went up to about 70, almost 70K. So that's pretty amazing. All right, so let's go to next. We're going to go to today's pricing. Okay, perfect. So wanted to show you, even if prices are going sideways, you still have opportunities here, right? This is 2024, February, all of 2024 pretty much right here on the screen. So we have up to 72,000. That's what we were just looking at right there. We just left from that slide. Now we came back and we came across that line again, the 50 EMA. What we want to do, we want to start investing. We want to put our hard-earned cash here because this is the lowest part of the market. If you FOMO, you buy up here, which most people do. And if you don't FOMO, you buy the lowest parts. So if you got some money saved, then you buy here. If people FOMO here and you're not that person anymore, you buy down here at 54 grand instead of 67. You're going to get more Bitcoin each time you do that. A 65K, 66K, down here at 60. Okay, you get a notification because it's crossed the line. Now you put your money in. And we're off to the races, right? Up here at 106,000, 108,000. And one thing I wanted to show you, so you see how this 50 is coming really close down to 200. That 200, if the 50 crossed the 200 like this, that's a death cross. Death cross means pretty much price action is going down, and it's pretty, Bitcoin starts getting weak. It didn't actually cross it. It was getting really close. People were probably sweating to death when they saw that happening, but it didn't happen, right? All right, so here's today prices. Let's see, December 19th. We're down here around 97K, and we're getting really close to this line again. Now, we haven't got there yet, so we wouldn't have gotten any notifications to kind of pay attention to the charts. But as soon as it did, if it does, then we would want to get here around 91,000 to 92,000. And maybe it doesn't do that though, right? Maybe it just keeps on going up here, and then maybe come back down here when it's like 95, 96, and we cross that line again, and then have another opportunity to potentially go up to Bitcoin's top up like 200,000, 250,000, whatever it's going to be at the top there. I wanted to show you this because it's a very important strategy where you don't have to stress out. You don't have to figure out, okay, when am I going to get into the market? When's the best prices? You're just going to set up a notification. When Bitcoin's price crosses below the 50, you get a notification. You start investing. And then you say, okay, well, I want 40%, I want 20%. Maybe you're just really conservative. You want 20%. And so you get this 20%, right? You get a 20%, you get a 10%, you get a and some of these in the previous slides were 100%, or 80, almost 200, 300%, right? So whatever you're going to feel to be doing, but what you would do is have your RSI as well on your charts, and that's going to say, okay, we're overbought. This is the good time now to sell, right? You don't have to guess. It's just that it's overbought. You sell when you see overbought, and most likely after you do that, it's going to start crashing down because you see it. So of course, this plays out over a whole year, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 chances to do this strategy in a year, which maybe potentially you triple your money or something like that, right? And this is just going sideways. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down, of course, but it's kind of going sideways in this range. But you still have lots of opportunity to make some really awesome money. And you don't have to stress out about everything and look at charts every day. So you need to if you're not going to just hodl with Bitcoin and just purchase at the very top of every run, and you want to make more strategic buy-ins, even if you are hodling, you want to make sure you're getting the best price. So follow this strategy. Just be careful, because when we get to the very top, tip top, it's going to crash and it's going to do a death cross. And that's going to be the last time where it crosses that, and it's going to stay below that. So you do got to be careful once you get to the very top of each cycle. But as you saw here, you have lots of opportunity. So thanks so much for coming in. If you found something useful here, I would love to hear about it below. If you feel like I missed something, or I should have bring something up, or maybe it's something that the viewers should really know, just go ahead and comment that too, and we'll be able to discuss that. All right, thanks so much. Take care.